I stayed home from work today because I was just super exhausted this morning when I woke up, and I had this Robert Frost poem stuck in my head, The Birds Do Thus, which was a poem I really liked in high school. And one of the lines was, "I slept today, the birds do thus." And I was thinking, you know what? I just want to sleep today. So I did. I mean, I'm still sick. I still have bronchitis, so it's not like, the end of the world or anything that I decided to sleep today. But that's what I did. I slept. I sent in my out of office notification. I answered a few emails at like 4:30 in the morning when I get up. And then I went back to bed and did not wake up until about 11. My house is beautiful, but it's right next to a street. And most of the times it's not too noisy, but it is, I guess, coming home from work time right now. So it's pretty noisy out. But look at how beautiful my yard is. Anyways, aside from sleeping today, I finished off The Raven Boys, which is a very interesting book. I did get a little bored with it in the middle. I don't know, the author just seemed to meander a bit, and I wasn't too compelled by Blue's issues between which boy she likes best. I was kind of like, I don't like any of these boys. They're kind of obnoxious, but I finished it, and it was really good, and it had some twists in it I wasn't anticipating. I was like, oh no, they didn't, and super excited when I finished it, and I was actually happy that I had, on the recommendation of a very good friend, purchased the second book already. So I just dove headfirst into the second book, and I think I'm about 45% finished with it. But there's only so much reading you can do in one day, and finishing off one book and halfway finishing another was enough for me. So, but after that, I was still pretty sick and didn't really want to go do anything. So I just watched like 5 episodes of Chef's Table on Netflix, which is actually incredibly fascinating, and I highly recommend it. It was wonderful use of my time, I felt. And while I was doing that, I was also crocheting. See this lovely thing I am making for my nephew? With this super chunky, like Chanel-ish, I don't know, type of yarn. It's really soft and big and kind of clunky, and I like it. It looks nice. Anyways, I'm doing it in a pattern I devised because I can never follow anyone else's pattern ever to save my life. I always have to come up with my own because, why do something established when you can make things twice as difficult and do it all yourself? So the pattern is alternating stitches in 3s because it's going to be my brother, his wife, and their new baby. And then the colors are going to go in 3s too. 3 bands of white, 3 bands of yellow, 3 bands of green, alternating 3 repetitions of each. So it's all about the 3s, which I'm sure nobody except myself will actually appreciate in the end. But baby blankets aren't really things that people appreciate. They're like, oh yay, another blanket, and then it just goes into the minutia of their life. But I always find it really thrilling, secretly, and pleasing when I see a picture one of my friends or family members posts, and in the background of their picture is a gift I gave them, a blanket that is being used. I used to do quilts, but quilting takes far more time and is a much more isolated activity than crocheting or knitting is. I can crochet and knit in front of the TV with my family around me. I can only quilt on my own in my room to a certain point, and by the time I'm at the stage where I'm doing hand quilting, I'm so totally over the project, I don't really want to be around anyone while I'm doing it because I'm just in a pissy mood. So all I'm going to do is be like, God damn it, why did I decide to hand quilt this stupid, elaborate thing? I could have just bought a blanket from the store, which is not to say I won't reach that point with this beautiful blanket I am currently working on. Right now I'm like, yay, brand new project, just started it today, super awesome, yay, go me. And in a month, when I'm putting on the finishing layers, I'll be like, why did I decide I was going to do this? Why did I not just buy something? I have spent hours on this stupid blanket. But that's kind of how all crafters feel about all crafts, I'm assuming. I can't be terribly unique in that experience. I know, anyway, my friends who do crafts all get to that point too. Usually about the time where they've stabbed themselves 20 times with a needle, or they've done something terribly and had to pull it apart and redo it, or they finished a product and realized that it was not at all what they intended to make, and are like, shit, now what am I going to do? This looks awful. How will I fix this? I thought I was using flannel, but instead it was felt, and it completely fucked everything up. Oh. Yay. Yeah. Crafting. Super stressful. Don't know why anyone does it. Oh yeah, because it's fun. That's why. Fun. Anyway, it's beautiful out. Gorgeous, sunny, lovely afternoon. And I'm going to sit out here for a few more minutes and crochet a little and not let it touch the beautiful table that I had anticipated it resting on, because unfortunately it's covered with a fine layer of dust and white yarn do not go quite so well together. So, oh, we have poppies! Sorry, totally distracted by the fact that there are some California poppies growing in my yard. Ha! When we moved into this house, my son's best friend's family gave us one single solitary poppy, which we planted over in that corner there. And they're, indigenous, so they just grow like weeds or wildflowers, because they are weeds and wildflowers, but they're beautiful for like half a second. They bloom and they're gorgeous and they're bright orange, and I just adore them. They don't take near so much water as like my jasmine does. Anyway, look at how pretty they are. I'm so excited. They're gonna bloom and open and be gorgeous. Yay, California poppies, you're so beautiful. You go, little orange flower. And there's another batch up there by the trampoline, which I don't know if you can see. Anyway, and rotting lemons on the ground. I have so many lemons. Like, there must have been a special on lemon trees or something, because there were 6 lemon trees planted in this yard in a very unflattering arrangement. They have since been moved to a much more flattering arrangement, I feel, where they currently are. So yeah, like 6 lemon trees and 2 orange trees. What the hell? You couldn't have planted avocados, person who flipped the house? No. Anyway, enough babbling for one day. Oh, also, look at how lovely my backyard is. Ignore the awful AstroTurf. It's called not wanting to pay water bills.